Rand stocks and government bonds slumped on Monday following US President Donald Trump's comment about cutting off funding to South Africa. Now this morning, the Rand traded at 18 Rand 89 cents against the US dollar. That's about 1% weaker than its closing level on Friday. On Sunday, Trump said that certain classes of people in South Africa were being treated very badly and he would suspend aid until the matter was investigated. Trump said South Africa was confiscating land after President Cyril Ramaphosa signed into law legislation that allows the state to expropriate land in the public interest under certain circumstances. Over the weekend, Trump imposed sweeping tariffs on Canada, Mexico and China, sending global currencies to multi-year lows. The Rand was trading at 18 Rand 92 cents to the dollar at midday.
The Trump administration, we've seen the movie before. We know that this year is going to be full of very shock value, headline-driven announcements. We happen to have now a Truth Social tweet or whatever you do on Truth Social about about South Africa, and it's difficult to unpack whether the currency weakness is coming specifically from the tweet or from the general risk-off mood that we're seeing following the implementations of tariffs. So, to halt funding, the president has already responded to this, and just reminded everyone that this is that South Africa is a constitutional democracy, that the government hasn't confiscated land, that this is a very valid mechanism within our constitution. So, obviously, doing what they can to alleviate some fears, and we have seen the currency move off its weakest levels, down from above 19. Also, looking at U.S. funding, we're talking about 440 million, which largely comes through the president's emergency plan for AIDS relief. So even the funding that we're talking about it's a very specific type of funding that would have been referenced, and I think far more important is the impact around AGOA when that potentially expires in September this year. But you also get the sense that this again is posturing by the Trump administration, that potentially, we're at least in charge of the G20 this year, but the US will be next year, and you kind of understand that there's far more at play here, and I think the markets are absorbing that, and I think reacting in a sensible way. And what we're seeing is a slight increase in the risk premium, around South Africa, but also just us responding to a risk-off day.